Brilyn has this twink body, and the CIA knows what's going to pull well with that MAGA conglomerate. The CIA knows your pathological and psychological inference, and the CIA can tell. Intelligence agencies around the world can tell, because you MAGA, I'm not MAGA, I'm not a Democrat either, but you MAGA, you're very easy to trigger, you're very easy to see, and you're very easy to read. They understand that having somebody who's like a twink, who's not imposing, who's not really buff, who's not really imposing this rhetoric of women are less than or men are da-da-da-da-da, but he's like 18, 17, 19, 20, 21. He looks like a Mormon. He has blonde hair, blue eyes. He has a twink body. That's going to pull really well with every part of constituent in MAGA. That's too convenient. He's even appealing to MAGA males that are in their 40s that have a lot of suppressed sexual desire, and they know that too. They're using that against y'all. He pulls really well with the elderly white women, to the middle-aged white woman, to the young white woman. They're trying to find that replacement that can really suck in and energetically be an incubus for that young vote, that Gen Alpha, Gen Z vote. And he doesn't have it. He's out of touch, and he's very awkward and weird. He is. He's like Erica Kirk. Like, too happy for no fucking reason. It's weird. It's very strange. Maybe he's really happy because the fake Star of David Principality gave him a lot of money to be an actor. Maybe it's that. They're looking for somebody who can say that and proclaim that he's a Mormon Christian Mennonite, and then uphold and be upholdent to the fake Star of David Principality and say, oh, look, that fake Star of David person over there, they're the chosen ones. Which is absurd. Like, no one's going to believe that you, homunculus, with your dead flesh that burns in the sun, is a fucking chosen one. No shade. No pun intended. I digress. Brilyn pulls really well with every constituent. So it seems, right? For them. But they're not seeing something. It's as if this time period that we're living in right now, whatever they have in terms of an AI algorithm is fucking up tremendously. It's not able to deduce something because that shit ain't gonna work. It's like they're putting a Band-Aid on like this extreme gash. I mean, a severe flesh wound. And they're trying to put like this kitty Band-Aid on top of it, hoping that the adhesiveness of the Band-Aid will somehow bring the gash together. Nuh-uh, you need a stitch, bitch, and you're not gonna get it. You're not gonna get it. I digress. Brilyn has a twink body, and I've said this many times. He has a twink body. He pulls really well. Think about it. He pulls really well with MAGA in general. Even with the Midwestern male who is repressed in his sexuality and fucks his friend on the weekend when his wife's not home, but the wife really knows when he goes out fishing with his buddy, Brokeback Mountain style. Yeah, he pulls really well with him too, with that older white male who's going to look at that and not have an issue with Brilyn because, one, he's blonde hair, blue eyes. He's twink body, so older white men feel like they can top him. And he's proclaiming heterosexuality and Christianity. So it's like a win-win all across the board, all ages, all white. They're trying to hold this MAGA base. They're really trying to capture your energy and your attention with Brilyn, who's unqualified. Who the fuck just gave him where the fuck did he come from? I'm so serious. It seems like only Caucasians can seemingly be mediocre, have a want and a wish, and somewhere out of hell crawls a demon from the fake Star of David state to give them a bunch of money so that they can be a pundit and panderer and an actor for a constituent or demographical base. Only a Caucasian can get this. And I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it. Well, so can Brandon Tatum. What is his name? Brandon Tatum? He's a fucking coon. I'm not even going to go there. What else do I need to say about it? He's a twink. He is a twink. He pulls really well with this MAGA base because he's a white twink claiming heterosexuality. So older white men are not going to have an issue with him. What are older white MAGA going to say about him? Nothing. What are middle-aged white MAGA going to say about him? Nothing. What are white girls going to really say about him? Nothing. He's cute enough. And around your base, because I grew up with white people, and I know I was one of 3 black kids, one of 3 ethnic Native Indigenous kids, or identifiably black kids, in an all-white school of 1,200. I know that Caucasians say the N-word in their regular, everyday whatever. They say, hey, stop acting like an N-word. Hey, don't be an N-word. They just say it. And that's not how Native Indigenous and black folk in America talk. They don't talk like that. There's something really wrong with Caucasians, to be honest, that they have this non-homogenous gene. And I think it's that. And then on top of this, they're being heavily psyoped. So if you're part of the Midwest, you are being heavily psyoped. You're getting bombarded with images of the left and the woke left and, oh, they're turning your kids into trannies. Oh, the blacks are taking over. Oh, the immigrants are bringing in drugs. They are funneling you that shit. Meanwhile, you do not interact with immigrants, black people, trannies, in no way. You don't interact with them at all. You don't even know of one. You are just being psyoped continuously. And then we have the people on the East Coast and the West Coast, Californians and people on the East Coast, Northeast, who interact with trannies and black people and da-da-da-da. Nobody cares. Everyone who's ever seen or interacted with a tranny, a black person, yada, 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 it's not a big fucking deal. But see, it's a big deal to you because you're getting images and news and outlets bombarding you with this. You're saying it's the truth when you're being bombarded with this news, quote unquote, ironically, is fake news. You are being psyoped by the same principality that is behind the person you voted for. Now, don't get too sensitive, MAGA, but because you are so sensitive and triggery as MAGA, you're going to think that what I'm saying is to try to dig at you. I'm trying to make fun of the fact that most of your Republican leaders and conservative leaders, when they go to the RNCs or whenever there's a congregation of, or a whole gaggle of hairy-back, misogynistic hypocrites, you break grinder. I'm not being facetious when I say the CIA is psyoping you and with collusions with the fake Star of David Principality and their intelligence agency. They know that Brilyn, Holy Hand, is going to pull really well with you guys for those reasons. I mean, I only listed the sexual reasons, but it is a huge factor. It's a huge factor. And they also wanted someone who looks young. He looks young, relatively. But that doesn't mean he's going to translate with the rest of Americans that are Gen Alpha and Gen Z. That doesn't mean shit. Honestly, with what Netanyahu has done, and that prime minister, and that the 10% that make up the fake Star of David Principality, what they have done is reprehensible. There's no coming back from this. No one's going to forget the war, your attitude and your arrogance as the fake Star of David state, and Netanyahu feeling so emboldened to say that the real war is on American soil. The real war is with American social media. No one is going to forget that, Netanyahu. You are stupid. You're dumb. It doesn't surprise me because you're a Caucasian, to be honest. And it's not to say that, like, I'm talking about your genetics, which is a problem too. But it's because you have been facilitated and given this platform and this hierarchy of privilege where you try to enact Solomon's statue, where the fake Star of David people, who are actually skeevy, hairy-back Russians, make up the head of gold. Then on the statue of Solomon, it is the hands are silver, the body is bronze, the legs are copper. But who makes Solomon's feet? The native indigenous are the ones that are supposed to represent Solomon's feet. Native indigenous people are supposed to represent the clay of Solomon's feet. The people that you use as a buffer for economic poverty. The people that are sovereign within the land and can live off the land because they can live in the sun. There's been a subversion of this world, and your Caucasoidal leaders of the world are so arrogant and so entitled that you, as a normal, everyday Midwestern Caucasian, feel like you're entitled too, and you're not.